two ways. We can either have a qualified individual do a visual inspection, or you can do a blower door test for performance. Okay? And again, in our group, we do both. We always do pre-drywall inspections and we do performance testing. But code says you only have to do one of the two. Okay? So the blower door, what it does, it simulates pulling a 20-mile-an-hour wind through the house. So I put the house under a negative airflow pressure. So when the fan is running, I'm sucking air from the outside, and it's coming in through wall outlets and light switches and ceiling penetrations and all of those other connections. And by putting it under a negative pressure, then we can actually walk around the inside of the house. We can feel where the airflow is coming from, and if we have significant leakage, we can pinpoint it quite quickly and know how to fix it. Okay. So I could run the test by putting pressure on the home, but one of the challenge areas that we'll run into is where you have like kitchen range hoods vented outdoors or bath fans vented outdoors. Dryer vents is those flappers will open up and we'll end up pumping a lot of air to the outside. So it kind of skews our numbers just a little bit. So how this works. So we have a frame that we mount into a door assembly, and this frame is adjustable and can fit any door, whether it's the front, the garage entry, the rear entry. I've even put them in windows in some houses. Just any hole that we can mount our frame into the outside. This particular frame will go up to a 3.5-foot wide door up to 8 feet tall. Some of these big monster doors. It makes it a little challenging. So the fan, it's a calibrated device, and with that it actually tells us how much airflow is going through the fan. Okay. So when we're doing our blower door test, we're actually calculating, okay, what kind of a cubic feet per minute airflow am I looking for the fan to pass code. And with the device we have a pressure gauge. So this thing, on the pressure gauge, I tell it what piece of equipment I'm operating with, what size opening I'm using for the fan, and then it has this red tube that's measuring pressure inside the fan housing. When the fan is running, it generates a pressure inside the fan, so it's calculating how much airflow we're putting through the device. And then we have this other tube that is measuring air pressure outside versus air pressure inside. So it tells me when I hit my 20-mile-an-hour wind. Okay. Code says that we have to be less than 7 air changes per hour for the house. And on your handouts, we have another little blower door cheat sheet.